every time a Muslim points to the fact of the brutalities and deaths in the Muslim world due to our foreign policy, right, Western foreign policy, you hear these kind of crazies in their laboratories have worked out this kind of argument, and they put forward. They go, oh, hold on, it's all very well moaning about what we're doing, right? But what really? I mean, have you not noticed that more Muslims are killed by Muslims than they are by non-Muslims? Now, it took me some time to get my head around this kind of argument. I knew it was like a dumb argument, but I just couldn't work out why it was so dumb. There's a number of reasons why that argument actually doesn't make sense, upon thinking about it, right? And let me explain. Firstly, I'm not really sure if the statistics themselves are true. I mean, where are they getting these stats from that says more Muslims killed by other Muslims? How do they know that's true, considering American or Allied casualties of war that are Muslim are not counted? They don't actually document the casualties, yeah? So how do they know, if more Muslim guys have killed them, when they don't even know how many people they killed themselves? When they fire a rocket into a house, how do they know how many people died in that house? When they go and fire a rocket into a funeral of someone that they have previously killed, and all the people come and gather around and make a funeral, and then they send that drone to go and kill everyone at the funeral, they don't actually send anyone to go count the people that they've murdered. So how do you know that more Muslims have been killed by Muslims than non-Muslims? But let's just give them benefit of the doubt, right? There might be some stats out there, I don't really know, right? And what time period are they going on? Are they going, as far back as colonialism or further? I'm not really sure. Muslims don't really have that type of weaponry that can do that type of wholesale slaughter, right? I mean, a bomb does, is bad enough, but an American 500-pound, daisy cutter, takes out everything in a half-a-mile radius. 500,000 children died due to malnourishment in Iraq. 1.5 million were malnourished. Over what period did their health suffer due to that, and how many died subsequently? What about the victims in Gaza that are going through a blockade? Yeah, again, backed by Western policies and Western money, America is starving the people of Gaza. How many people are dying because of that? How many people are dying over a certain period of time? What about the awful bombing of Fallujah with radioactive weapons, and babies are still being deformed, dying at stillbirth, dying at birth? How, are they counting all of this? How do they know how many people have died due to their policies, and now dying towards what internal terrorism? So I don't believe their statistics for a start. I don't buy none of their trash. But the fact of the matter is, just for the sake of argument, for this video, let's just agree with them. Let's just go, all right, mate. You're talking crap, but I'm going to beat you down on another point. So let's just come on. Let's just go for it, and I'll agree with you. If that is true, and a massive if, I don't really buy it. I don't believe, right? But if it was true, so what? More white guys are killed by white guys. More Europeans are killed by Europeans than they are by Muslims, right? Even under terrorism, I think, I was watching Morzan Beg on Hard Talk. I think he said something like 98 or 99% of all terrorist attacks in the West are by Europeans, not by Muslims. So white people kill more white people, don't they? Even in the terrorism area. But I mean, just stabbing their wives, or or MPs, killing young boys, right? That they don't want to, they don't want blabbing off at a later date to the press. So I don't get what are you complaining about? If that's how you want to play it, then great, because guess what? What are you guys complaining about? I don't really see why Muslims are in the media all the time. More white guys are killed by white people. I've never seen a headline saying, new terrorism laws, white people keep killing white people. So you got all these terrorism laws and England under threat and Europe is under threat and America is under threat from these Muslim extremists. But according to your argument, what are they complaining about? Hey, more white people kill, white people than Muslims do. What are you complaining about? And see how stupid that argument is. Because then what they say is, what they're really saying is, what are you complaining about? Muslims kill more Muslims than we do. The second limb to that, I guess, narrative is, then I suppose it's all right for you to kill them then, is it? So even if we take the second argument, right, and we go, all right, don't beat them down on that, white people kill more white people argument, right, which was brilliant Mozambique argument, right, that I got from. Let's get to this second argument, right. So what is, what I'm trying to work out here is this, right. So okay, so imagine more Muslims kill other Muslims than Western governments have killed, right? Even if that's true, so that makes it all right, does it? Oh, we do all right. Somewhat, I blew the village up. Yeah, more Muslims kill Muslims. I wish that worked in England. Judge, can I just make a point before you sentence me for murder? Yes, I admit I killed the old lady and I robbed her for a pension. Fair dues. I hold my hands up, but there is one point that I'd like you to consider. More white people kill white people than I have, so I think I should be let off. I don't really see what you're complaining about. Don't really get why I'm even here. Yes, good point, young man. Release this fellow. Yeah, he's got a foolproof argument. What? Perfect defense in law.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
See how dumb they are? See how stupid their dumb arguments are? See how none of these arguments make any sense? Just dumb, Israeli, or Zionist guy working in Tel Aviv comes out with some dumb argument, or wherever they come from, American Baptist Christian fanatic, right? They come out with these dumb arguments, and then all of these Islamophobes use it. It's like you go from one nutty crazy through the spectrum, and they're all using it. Same one. They only got a few good lines, haven't they? Because they're so thick, right? It's not like they've got loads. They just use a standard one. And when one gets demolished, and they go, oh no, right, got to work out something else. What? You thick idiots. And sorry guys, but Muslims are pretty thick not to have knocked that out of the ballpark ages ago. Let's just put all of the beatdowns that we've just done, right, aside, right? Even if we gave them absolutely everything, so just agreed with them on everything, they said, yeah, you're right, Muslims are killing other Muslims, fair dues, right, can't really complain about you killing us, right, because, we're killing ourselves, so I don't really get all the fuss about you murdering little babies and shooting people and blowing up old women and starving them to death as you did in Iraq, or ethnically cleansing them as you're doing in Gaza. Because guess what? We're worse than you. So you come on, do whatever you want, mate. Fair dues. Imagine, let's just go with that, right? Just to make them happy, yeah? But even then, right, what you've got, look at this, right? They say, oh, look what you're doing in Syria, yeah, look what you're doing in Syria, look what you're doing in Iraq, yeah, as soon as we take our dictator out of the scene, right, you end up killing yourselves. We haven't been killing ourselves, mate, for most of the time that we've been on Earth, but it has happened now, and when you analyse why it's happening, again, that you guys kill more people than we do argument falls flat. And I'll tell you why. And explain it to these thick, jerk-offs. So what we do is we prop up all these crazies across the Western world, right? So what we do is we'll prop up in one area a Catholic nut job, right, who absolutely hates Protestants, right? And then what we do is we'll in another area we'll prop up a Protestant nut job, yeah, who absolutely hates the Catholics, and we'll make sure that each of these nuts that we're propping up, right, is in the opposite. The majority of people in their area are the exact opposite. So the Catholic guy and his little goons run the kind of Protestant land, right, with a majority of Protestants, and we'll get the Protestant guy to rule an area where the majority of people are Catholic, I don't know, Italy or something, right? So what he then does, what they do for 100 years, these crazies, is they go around brutalising and killing anyone who stands up to them. But as the order falls, as we go and invade, Muslims get a bit bored and they're all right, let's just go and bomb them, right? And we don't like our KKK man anymore, you know, he's not killing enough black people, right? And we get rid of him because he's not giving us, I don't know, cheap oil or you know, selling his Bibles are a bit too expensive or whatever, right? Get rid of him, and the whole thing starts to fall apart. And as it falls apart, the little Protestant guy goes, man, finally, these Catholics have been oppressing us all this time, let's go and kill them, right? And we'll take power, because, you know, that's rightfully ours, we're the majority people. And the Catholics in the area do the same, and everyone's killing each other, right? And the blacks finally go, oh, got rid of this Ku Klux Klan crazy, you know, I'm fed up of this white people, you know, controlling us. Let's go and get our own land. And they start shooting up all the white guys, right? And the white guys go, we ain't going to, you know, be ruled by no black guy. And there's just one big mess. And then what we say is, you European white guys, man, I don't really get why you're so upset. I mean, after all, you kill more people of your own than we are. You see how dumb that is? It's a ahistorical look at the circumstances that the West have implemented in the Muslim world. And the fall of that order, Sykes-Picot, for example, has led to this type of bloodshed. It didn't come out of a vacuum. The nation states manufactured with an inbuilt corruption that ensured they were weak and despotic, so that the West could always dominate them. And when those weak despotic states fell, then it was bound to cause chaos and bloodshed, and that's exactly what it did. Thanks for watching my latest video. What I would say is, please, 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 can you subscribe to my channel? I'm doing this with my fingers, not because any flashy thing's going to come up the bottom, because I don't really know how to do that, right? But basically, go onto YouTube, type in Asker Bakari, and then you see my channel and just subscribe, right? Because the technical stuff doesn't work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to point here and here, because I've seen some flash YouTube guys do that, and stuff comes up here and here, right? You know, I'll try to put some flash stuff up there, because you know, just want to look cool. Alright, so thanks for watching once again. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave your comments. Join me on Twitter, join me on Facebook, and I will hopefully see you soon. So